Reath, what about you? You happen to come from South Sudan, and it happens to be one of those countries obviously undergoing conflict. And the institution talks about, of course, figuring out a way, strategizing out a way of resolving conflicts, including your country.
Well, thank you very much, Chaka, once again. To add my voice to my colleague, actually, the invent of the African Union was very promising. The fact that it was formed based on the principle of integrating the continent and working for global economic prevention of the war and conflict and resolving conflict and keeping the peace and stability in Africa. And to say this, the African Union have failed in doing the thing that were core of its formation. In fact, if you look at Africa right now, the whole continent is at war by itself, with itself. And
what do you mean the whole continent is at war with itself?
Well, in East Africa right now there is war. Somalia is a war, and South Sudan is war. You go to Central Africa, you go to Central Africa Republic, you go to Congo, you go to West Africa in Mali. There is no place in Africa where there is no war. And you have a body that is functioning, that was formed to solve all those problems. And what can you expect from African Union right now? You don't have to expect anything because they have failed. There is no peace and security, whereby you will talk of development and the other thing that you want to do at organization. First of all, they have to resolve the conflict, but they are not resolving the conflict, especially in the case of South Sudan. The African Union have failed to resolve the conflict in South Sudan. The East African have failed to resolve the conflict in South Sudan, and they are all part of the African Union. IGAD, for example. And the conflict of South Sudan is an example that shows that African Union is just a body that is a skeleton that has nothing that we expect out from it. Nothing will actually come out from the African Union. This is my belief.